For more than a century, the Prime Minister's relationship with their counterpart across the pond has been one of the top diplomatic priorities for the United Kingdom. Linked by language, culture and foreign interests, it was Winston Churchill who first termed the connection the special relationship. And since then, it has become a constant of summits and meetings between the US and the UK.
Got a special relationship with Great Britain, and that relationship was reaffirmed.
The very special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom.
In a special and very precious relationship.
But with Donald Trump back in the White House, that bond now faces one of its greatest tests. So what can history teach us about the link between the United States and the United Kingdom, and whether it will survive? The special relationship has been at its closest when there is a personal and political connection between the two leaders. Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan were a natural double act. United by a similar world outlook and their fight against communism, they became a close political partnership.
Thank you for your presidency. Thank you for your testament of belief. And God bless America.
Prime Minister, the entire world salutes you and your gallant people and gallant nation.
And that unity delivered results for Thatcher, with Reagan backing her in the Falklands War despite initially urging restraint. But it wasn't a complete love-in. When Ronald Reagan ordered an invasion of Grenada, a Commonwealth nation, in 1983, he didn't consult the British PM, perhaps showing who is the stronger partner in this relationship. The episode led to this apology from the US president.
If I were there, Margaret, I'd throw my hat in the door before I came in. We regret very much the embarrassment that's been caused you, but I want you to know it was no feeling on our part of lack of confidence at your end.
Nevertheless, the two leaders kept their close friendship, and when Reagan died, Thatcher paid tribute to the president she called the second most important man in her life.
We have lost a great president, a great American, and a great man, and I have lost a dear friend. He sought to mend America's wounded spirit, to restore the strength of the free world.
When Tony Blair came to power in 1997, Bill Clinton was in the White House, and with their similar political outlooks, they had a good relationship. But it was when George Bush entered the Oval Office that the world saw another US-UK romance.
I know a man of resolve and vision and courage, and my attitude is I want him to be here so long as I'm the president.
Well, what more can I say?
The two got on from the start, even revealing their shared hygiene habits.
Have you already in your talks found something maybe some personal interest that you have in common, maybe in religion or sport or music?
Well, we both use Colgate toothpaste.
They're gonna wonder how you know that, George.
And after the 9/11 attacks, that bond grew stronger still, the UK backing America not only politically, but militarily.
We, like them, will not rest until this evil is driven from our world.
Putting troops into Iraq and Afghanistan despite opposition to the move at home, a decision to stick with the US that risked Blair's legacy.
America has no truer friend than Great Britain.
But at times, the relationship has felt less special. When America repeatedly asked Britain to send troops to Vietnam to help the war effort, Harold Wilson refused. The war was unpopular in the UK, but the move strained his bond with then President Lyndon B. Johnson. Edward Heath and Richard Nixon had a sometimes difficult relationship, with Britain's entrance into the European Economic Community a sign of closer relations with Europe rather than the old ally America. And even more recently, there have been tensions. When Joe Biden withdrew troops from Afghanistan in 2021, there was anger in the UK about the lack of consultation over the issue.
Has America let us down?
Some politicians felt they were powerless, and that the episode revealed a truth rarely admitted by the British government, that they are no longer America's key partner.
The UK does not have very much, if any, power of any kind over the US anymore, whereas the US definitely has power over the UK. So the special relationship has become very, very one-sided. And I think if British officials and politicians, and especially prime ministers, didn't keep invoking the special relationship, I'll bet that people in the States would soon forget that something like that still existed.
We got what we came for.
Maybe then Hugh Grant's character in Love Actually got it right with his assessment of the link.
I love that word relationship. Covers all manner of sins, doesn't it? I fear that this has become a bad relationship. A relationship based on the president taking exactly what he wants and casually ignoring all those things that really matter to Britain.
Back to the real world, and what about Donald Trump? Well, his first term started with promising signs for the special relationship. Then Prime Minister Theresa May was the first foreign leader to meet him in Washington, and he did praise the PM.
And I can tell you that I think we're going to get along very well. You know, it's interesting because I am a people person. I think you are also, Theresa.
But the relationship was dysfunctional at times. Trump publicly criticised May over her handling of Brexit and backed Boris Johnson.
So I know Boris. I like him. I've liked him for a long time. I think he'd do a very good job.
But when May lost power and was replaced by Johnson, it looked like things may improve. Trump described the new Prime Minister as a politician in his image.
Good man. He's tough and he's smart. They're saying Britain Trump. They call him Britain Trump, and people are saying that's a good thing. That they like me over there.
But despite their closeness, there were still issues. At a 2019 NATO summit, Johnson was filmed with other world leaders, seeming to join in with mocking the president.
USA! USA!
And in the end, after the January 6th Capitol attack, Johnson condemned Trump.
He encouraged people to storm the Capitol, and insofar as the president consistently has cast doubt on the outcome of a free and fair election, I believe that was completely wrong.
But there was one secret weapon in maintaining the special relationship when Trump was last in power, and it may prove vital this time round: the royal family. Well, to say it's a secret may be an overstatement. The late Queen met with 13 US presidents during her reign. She welcomed Dwight Eisenhower to Balmoral, after which she sent her recipe for scones to America's 34th president. She also went horse riding with Ronald Reagan,
the special relationship,
and played her part in the special relationship in meetings with President Obama. Donald Trump had this slightly awkward interaction with the late Queen during a meeting in 2018, but he has always praised her, and in a documentary proudly showed off pictures of the two together.
Here's now the King, here's Charles with the guard, and this is the Queen, Queen Elizabeth. It's a piece of history at the highest level. Look, it's Charles, so beautiful.
The royals may play an even more important role this time round. Donald Trump has always spoken highly of King Charles and has already met with Prince William.
Good man, this one.
Keir Starmer may rely on them to win over the US president. He and Trump are not exactly natural political allies, so can Starmer build a new relationship with the man in the Oval Office, or is Britain now completely powerless to Washington's whims? Fred Dimbleby, ITV News.